This is the first time that I'm making a YouTube video, so please bear with me. I'm making this video for all the Christians out there, and especially for all the atheists and non-believers out there. I want them to know that there was a time in my life when I had no faith in God. I did not believe in Jesus Christ. I was basically an atheist. The story of Jesus was nothing more than a mere fantasy to me, equivalent to Peter Pan or Pinocchio. I had no faith in Jesus whatsoever. And that was mainly because my parents had no faith in God. They did not believe in Jesus. And that is because they grew up in World War II when they were children, and they had experienced the most horrific things. So imagine being a child of 10 years of age, going to school, and being shot at by airplanes. My mom and dad had to cross large open meadows to go to school, and planes would swoop down on them and shoot at them. They would have to run into the ditches and hide. Imagine your city being bombed and burned to the ground, and experience the smell of burning flesh and seeing body parts spread everywhere. It is quite easy to see why my parents had no faith in God. But that is why I also didn't have faith in God, because that belief system was passed down to me. So I did not have any faith until I was 18 years old, when something wonderful happened to me. When I left high school, I was college bound, but when I graduated, I wasn't quite sure what I wanted to do. So I decided the best thing for me was to go into the Army. So I joined the United States Army, and I went to basic training in Fort Benning, Georgia. It was a great experience, and I recommend it for everyone that leaves high school as a way of growing up. Is a good experience for me. Now, during my time in Fort Benning, Georgia, during my basic training, during about 3/4 of the way through my basic training, I experienced some issues which would have sent me back to day one, which meant I would have to complete my basic training all over again, which is something that frightened me and worried me a great deal. Again, looking back at it now, it was not a life-threatening problem, but nonetheless, for someone, a kid 19 years old, going through basic training and being faced with going through it all over again was frightening and worrisome, and I certainly didn't want to go through that. So, faced with that, my bunkmate in the barracks I was assigned to, he was aware of the problems that I was faced with, and he approached me one night and he said to me, he said, "Tom, do you have faith in God?" I said, "No." He says, "Well, see that little Bible that's in your locker? Why don't you take that little Bible out and start reading it every night? I know you told me you don't have faith in God, but why don't you read that Bible? And then once you finish reading that Bible, you pray to Jesus. And you be sincere in your words to Him. Be very sincere when you pray to Jesus. You have nothing to lose. Okay? Try it. Read that Bible and pray to Jesus every night, and ask Him to help you with the problems that you're having right now." So I took his advice, and that's exactly what I did. I read the Bible, a couple of pages every night, and I prayed to Jesus every night, and I asked Him to help me with the problems that I was having. And a week passed, and I had a very strange dream, which was different from any other dream that I have experienced in the past. And in that dream, a bearded man approached me, and he said to me, "Do not just pray to me when you're in trouble or when you need me. You should always speak to me." And he said it to me in a very loving and a very assertive manner. And it was very, very specific for me, because that's exactly what I was doing. And when I woke up the next morning, I was amazed at what I experienced the night before. And I was amazed because I knew exactly who it was that spoke to me. I knew who that man was. I knew that that man was Jesus of Nazareth. And I don't know how, but when you are approached by the Lord and He sends you a message, you know exactly who He is. You don't need to ask for IDs, believe me. When Jesus speaks to you, you know who He is, just as I did. I knew exactly who He was. And a day after this message that I had received from Jesus, my drill sergeant approached me and he said to me, I want to take you out personally to the Rangers again so you can qualify. And I was speechless because I was like, how can this be happening? I'm scheduled to be recycled and my drill sergeant is coming out telling me that he's going to personally take me out to the Rangers to qualify. And that is what he did. He took me out to the Rangers, I qualified, I passed, and I graduated with everyone else in my group. And that day changed my life forever. Because Jesus is real. I never believed it until that day. And since 1981 till now, I always speak to him. When I have trouble and when I don't. I speak to him about my life. I give him thanks for what I have. And I ask him for guidance. And I ask him for help when I need help. And he's always been there for me. Of course, everyone's life is not perfect. Everyone has issues in their lives. Everyone has troubles. It's not clear sailing for anyone in this life. But you have to give your life to Jesus and ask him to guide you through your life and help you, and your obstacles will go away. I've been faced with many obstacles, and I've overcome all of them. And I could never have done that without the guidance and help of Jesus. This video is for the day that Jesus Christ saved me and changed my life in the most wonderful way. And I want all you atheists and non-believers out there to know that your lives can be changed in an equally wonderful way. And I'm going to give you the same advice that I was given to many, many years ago. Pray to Jesus. Ask him for guidance. Ask him for forgiveness of your sins. Speak to him always. And I know that he will make a wonderful change in your life. I know that there are terrible things that take place in this world. Many people, including myself, do not understand why these terrible things take place. Murders, rapes, wars, horrible things. And I have no answer for why these things happen. But I do believe that when our lives are complete in this world, and we all return home, and we all will return home when we die, I believe that we will all have a better understanding of why these terrible things did take place in this world. Always have faith in Jesus. Speak to him always. Ask him for guidance, wisdom, and strength. Peace and love.